Hi guys, and welcome back to my video blog. I'm Ravi, of course, from EnglishHarmony.com, and in this video I'm going to respond to a comment I received a couple of days ago on one of my videos where I'm talking about the importance of learning new English vocabulary contextually, which means you don't learn meanings of individual words, but you learn word combinations, and you learn new words only in context, how they work together with other words, and you don't necessarily have to explain an individual word and understand 100% what that particular word means. And an example I provided in that video is, say for instance, detrimental effect. You don't necessarily have to know what the word detrimental means. You just need to know that detrimental effect is a negative effect, bad effect, and that's all. You don't need to go to a dictionary website or look up that word in your dictionary and learn all those specific meanings of that particular word, because it'll make you analyze your language too much, and that's when your fluency goes out the window. And in this particular video you can actually do a small exercise whereby you can see how effectively you can acquire words contextually as opposed to learning meanings of those individual words. And this person responded to that video in a comment, and he said that basically he thanked me for the video, which I was very pleased, and glad that this person liked the video. And he asked the question, is there a website where he can look up similar idiomatic expressions? And I told him that the freedictionary.com is a very good website. Well, obviously, ideally you should buy the English Harmony system, and obviously I have a vested interest in it because I'm the creator of the system, and if you become my customer you'll be privy to hundreds and hundreds of idiomatic expressions which have been packed into that system, and you'll use the spaced repetition methodology to repeat those phrases in the repetition part in dialogues, and basically you'll be wiring your brain with those natural speech patterns. That's how I call them, right? But if you don't wish to become my customer, which is totally fine, you can use my blog for free. I'm not forcing you into parting with your money and buying my product, right? So if that's the case, I gladly share my advice with you, and the freedictionary.com is one of the best websites where you can actually learn those idiomatic expressions. And I provided all that information to that person, and then he responded by saying that he's getting a bit confused, and he used the same word detrimental and as an example, and he says that if he enters that word in the dictionary website, the freedictionary.com, and let's do it just now, right? So basically what he's saying is that if he enters the word detrimental and does search on it, there's way too many meanings of that word. As we can see, it can mean damaging, destructive, harmful, adverse, pernicious, unfavorable, prejudicial, baleful, and so on and so forth. And basically he's asking, how am I supposed to know which one I should replace the word detrimental with? Or how am I going to do that? Can you give me an example? So here's the thing. You don't need to go about your vocabulary building this way. As I said in the very video, you don't have to learn meanings of individual words. You don't have to look up the word detrimental and then try and learn what it means. You have to learn the very word detrimental in context. And as we already spoke about it, detrimental effect just means negative effect, bad effect, or harmful effect. And as a matter of fact, if you just look up the meaning of this individual word, there's this one explanation, harmful. That's all. That's all you need to know, that detrimental is harmful. So you basically don't have to pay attention to all those other explanations, all those other adjectives explaining what detrimental means, because it'll only get you confused. And I can fully understand where you're coming from. I can clearly see why a person would get confused when they're given so many adjectives explaining a single word detrimental, but you don't have to pay attention to them all. Basically, here's how you should go about it. Just find the one that you're familiar with. In this instance, it's harmful, and that's all. You just need to know that detrimental is harmful. Simply ignore the rest. And you can actually see here where it says detrimental, causing or capable of causing harm. Too much sun is harmful to the skin. Obviously it means that too much sun is detrimental to your skin, right? Harmful, detrimental, same thing. So you needn't be focused upon everything else, all those other words. Just ignore them. And here's how the Free Dictionary website is actually to be used if you want to learn idiomatic expressions. You have to click on the section Idioms, on the Idioms tab. So in this instance, I've already entered the word detrimental, and now I'm clicking on Idioms. Unfortunately, detrimental effect is not actually in the common sense. It's not a valid idiomatic expression probably, so that's why it's not coming up under the Idioms tab, right? But let's try another word. Let's try another word, say, just come up with any word. Mouse. A very simple word. Sorry, I entered it up as mouse. Okay, and now what you have to do is click on the Idioms tab, and now you see, poor as a church mouse, quiet as a church mouse. Burn at your house to fry the mouse away. Mouse that has but one hole is quickly taken. Play cat and mouse with someone. Are you a man or a mouse? Be as quiet as a mouse. Play cat and mouse. You see? All these expressions containing the word mouse are explained here. They're all displayed under the tab Idioms, and that's how you have to go about your idiomatic expression acquisition. Use this tab Idioms, and let's come up with some other word that we could check. Come on, Robbie, brainstorm it. Sun. Simple words like that, sun. To go to bed with the sun. The sun belt. There's nothing new under the sun. Under the sun, where the sun don't shine. Make hay while the sun shines. Under the sun, everything under the sun. All these expressions are the ones you have to be focused upon, right? So basically, what I'm talking about is using the tab Idioms more so than just the normal word lookup. Basically, don't be looking up what words mean individually, but use the Idioms tab. But of course, just like with the word detrimental, if it's not to be found under the tab Idioms, when you look into how the word is explained, don't be focusing upon all those dozens of various explanations. Just stick with the one you're familiar with, right? And then associate that word with the other one. Detrimental, harmful. Don't be looking at all the other ones, right? And to finish off the video, let me read the rest of the comment. So let's pick postpone. That's the word postpone. Right now I go to the site and let's take the word let's postpone the exam. How am I going to convert it to easy and understandable? And I convert it to let's deter the exam or let's hold over the exam. How am I supposed to know which one I pick? It's very critical for me. So this person is obviously confused which explanation he has to pick. Okay, let's head over to this freedictionary.com. Postpone. In the idioms section, we have phrase postpone something until something. And here's an example sentence, and that's why the Free Dictionary website is great. It always gives you example sentences. Can we postpone our meeting until tomorrow? The picnic was postponed until Saturday. It actually explains it very clearly. To delay something until something happens. Basically, to delay. And that's it. That's all you need to know. Right? So basically, if you use the idioms tab instead of the dictionary, thesaurus tab, right, which is the default one, you'll get a more clearer picture of what that word postpone means, because you're only given 2 sample sentences and it's explained in a very easy to understand way to delay something. Simple as that. But even if we head over to the basic lookup to postpone, you see it clearly says here to delay until a future time. To delay. That's all. You don't have to be looking at all those other expressions, because if you scroll down here, there's like dozens of expressions, and it'll just confuse you. All you need to know that postpone is to delay. So the home take lesson for you today, my friend, and just about everyone else who is watching this video, is the following. If you look up a word, use the idioms tab on the website, thefreedictionary.com, and then focus on collocations and sentences and phrases that word is part of, right? And all those sentences are going to be explained in a very simple way. If, for argument's sake, that word doesn't come up in the idioms tab, basically the freedictionary.com website deems that word is not part of any valid collocations or phrases, which is not most likely the case, because any word actually goes hand in hand with some other words. It's just that typically they're not deemed to be idiomatic expressions, right? But if that's the case, and you're just doing the normal lookup where that individual word is explained, then ignore the vast majority of those explanations, because you're going to be given dozens upon dozens of words. And the simple answer to the question, how am I supposed to know which one I have to pick, is the following. Just stick with the first simple explanation. That's it. Ignore the rest. Detrimental is harmful. That's all you need to know. To postpone means to delay. That's all. Ignore the rest, because if you're going to be stuffing all that information into your brain, obviously your head is going to explode and you just won't know what to do, right? I hope that this clarifies the whole thing. And obviously, if it's still not clear to you, my friend who asked the question, you're free to post future comments. And just about everyone else who's watching this video, obviously you're free to ask any questions in relation to effective contextual English vocabulary building, right? Thanks for watching, and see you soon again, my friends. Bye-bye.